Welcome to the AEC Bar. I'm here again with James Austin, and we want to talk about, maybe some of the other new features in 2018 that aren't quite as shiny and flashy, but I think were really important to kind of, the way you work.
Yeah.
So, James.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call them flashbang features, but these are the ones that kind of make the difference to those minutes in your day, where you start to add those things up on repetitive tasks. They can make a real difference. Some of the things that I would kind of put into that bucket, one of the new features that we brought in as an update, as part of the update release last year, and wrapped into the 2018 release, is the ability to optimize on load.
Yeah. So
what we're finding is some customers are starting to say, as they move from 14 to 15 to 16, their file sizes were getting bigger. They were especially projects with lots of viewpoints and so on. So we built a tool, wrapped it into the dialogue, to be able to allow customers to be able to optimize their projects on load. And what that does is it really kind of tidies up some of that residual data that's been left over from old versions and so on. And it's having a big difference, making a real big difference on the performance. We've had some customers telling us that they've got, I think the most ridiculous example I can think to my head is one customer emailed us and said they had a 2016 file that was 4.7 gig. They ran the tool and it was 200 meg. So, way beyond, but then, that was, they said to us that the difference there was like, a project that big still only took a minute or 2 minutes to open in Navisworks. Now it opens instantly. So you've kind of got that when you're opening a project 3 or 4 times a day. Yeah. It starts to add up to a coffee break. Yeah. Which is either very nice or it makes you more productive. So yeah, that's, I think, is an important thing worth pointing out. We've also brought in support for some of the fabrication parts from MEP.
Yeah, and I think what's happened in Revit over the last few years is we've seen a lot of those fabrication parts move into the Revit environment rather than the AutoCAD-based environment. So you've got this really rich data. So being able to visualise that further down the line, which I think is one of the things.
Yeah, absolutely. And other little things like we've also wrapped then the connector, the tool that connects Field to Navisworks through BIM 360 into the toolbar. So that's then kind of integrated and part of the experience. And again, it's just one of those things that brings it a bit closer. But that then unlocks the ability to pull that data through into Navisworks easily. Yeah. And then you can use it. So then you can start to use the appearance profiler to colour up your model. Yeah. To bring that into then simulations and so on and start to track that data.
And like the two main ones I see on that is how you bring progress data from the site into your models, so you link it into your 4D with Timeliner, so you can then visualise where are you actually compared to where should you be. And then one of the other pieces is around commissioning. A lot of people are out there collecting serial numbers, warranty information, photos of kind of site installations. Bringing that stuff back into your Navisworks model, allows everyone to kind of see what's going on. So that's a really big one. Yeah. And I think one of the things which I've seen definitely over the last couple of years is the increased use of the App Store as well. Yeah. And people building on the Navisworks APIs. So as well as kind of a number of free tools that are available, Properties Plus is a fantastic one to be able to view all your properties on one tab. We're seeing a huge number of increased ones for creating search sets and really awkward manual tasks, which we can now automate a lot of that as well.
Yeah, and one of the most popular ones last year, we had a labs project that we ran to support the Smart Plant 3D view format. It was kind of like a who's who of global engineering practices. When we ran that labs project, we realised, wow, a lot of people are interested in this. So we graduated that from labs this year. There's a plugin now available on the app store to support that. And we're continuing to support that. So we've got the 2018 versions underway at the moment, and we expect to see that coming out in the store soon as well. So yeah, like you say, it's kind of a dynamic environment. We constantly get new apps appearing in the store. There are some very interesting ones. I think there's a OneNote integration, which is someone thought that
for
was
you
useful.
as a OneNote geek.
yeah, exactly. I use that every day, so I'm sure some of you guys might as well. Things like that, just interesting, and of course what you said about the APIs. Some pretty serious companies are looking at some really big workflows as well. So, just to call out a couple of them, like iConstruct have built a suite of products, and they heavily leverage the API to do that. And we work a lot with those guys, and recently a reseller in the Netherlands starting to look into how do we look at checking models and looking at checking for the quality of models and so on, and really starting it's a big, powerful API, and you can do quite a lot with it. So we're now
Yeah.
starting to see people say, right, okay, we're going to grab this by the scruff of the neck and start to see what we can do.
Yeah, no, that's great, and it's definitely worth looking at, you know, either for your own problems or to see if somebody else has already solved that problem.
Yeah.
So thank you again, James.
You're welcome.
Hopefully that was another useful tidbit on, you know, the new 2018 release. Any more questions? Feel free to email. And otherwise, we'll speak soon in a new video. Thanks.